Hey guys, so I've had Eternal Calm, interesting. I've had a bit of a challenging morning, but the exhortation is think only of what you want. So let's see how we can feel better because I think I'm doing well, and I think it's just how can I get to the point where I'm feeling like everything is fine and it feels like what happens is left in the good way that I did it. Okay. Yeah, so it's like, well, Matt, what are you doing streaming? It's like, well, I thought to stream, and here's the thing. I was thinking of this stream as like, well, it's going to be sort of like a nice little reward. It's like, what, you're giving yourself rewards already? It's like, I've been doing a lot of good stuff today. I have been, okay? I have been, all right? So that's fine. But I've been doing a lot of good stuff today, and plus, um, plus today, this morning, it was like quite a challenge. Basically, this week has been kind of a week of really good, productive stuff, and a week of, let's use Tony Robbins' transformational vocabulary to speak about this in a way that's positive. Well, let's just say this week has been a week of really good, productive stuff, and a week of me demonstrating inner strength or good, whatever. And so, basically, it's like, in any case, I was looking at this as like, this is going to be a really nice way to, like, kind of a little reward. And how are we going to continue where, you know what can I do? What can I do? We're being totally, basically, I'd like to follow that directive. Think only of what you want. So, but a lot of that directive is sort of on the other side of it. It's like, oh, well, what's that? Well, it's basically like, let go of thinking about the other stuff. So let's see if I can do that, because you think only about what you want, but Hale Dwoskin has a good metaphor about a barrel of apples, and he says the old stuff, your baggage, stuff that you might be carrying around, is still in the barrel, and so it's like a barrel full of rotting apples that you're pouring new apples. Those would be the positive thoughts over. And I'm not sure, like that's a very interesting metaphor. I'm not sure what a person who's talking about positive thinking without necessarily the letting go aspect, or without paying much mind to that, would say about that, because perhaps, I don't know, like for example, the Master Key System, I think they say something about like basically you want to crowd it out, like you want to have preponderance of positive, and then sort of the negative is just going to sort of like whatever, like I don't know, but let's go with the letting go, because A, the letting go is an important part of RPG life, and then B, in any case, I think that the letting go is really good, and I think that's the other side of think only of what you want. Without the letting go, it might feel like a lot of suppression. With the letting go, it sort of feels perhaps like a complete act. Now, Matt, what do you think? So it's like, what? Who's Matt? I'm Matt. It's like, oh, so why are you talking to yourself? Why are you talking to yourself in the third person? How about I'm gonna let go of likely sort of likely criticisms that might not be coming from a place of good logic or even really sincere criticism. So hold on. So how about this? So I'd like to, let's say we're gonna go until around 11. Now this is sort of a master key, or at least let's give myself the permission to go until 11 and say that's what we're hoping to do. So that's about an hour on the elapsed time, and that should be decent because look, I've already done some of today's stuff. Indeed, I've done a decent amount, and if we start in at 11 on some of the other stuff that I have for today, then that's probably going to be helpful. So let me just let go, because here's the thing: what is RPG life worth? What is this all worth if it's kind of like, well, okay, Matt, so you felt like this was helpful, or you were presenting this, whether I was presenting it as helpful or not. You were presenting this, and then but the way you've been navigating it has been, oh boy, this has got to be exactly right. And it's like, now here's the thing: you may be hoping, and you may be endeavoring to have something come out in a really precise way. And you may still be okay whether it comes out in a really precise way. Let me give you an example. Say the book, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, or Ulysses, whatever. Let's say A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. So, say that book. Now here's the thing. James Joyce may have been okay either way. However, that book, some may say, came out well, and perhaps, I don't know, say the last word of it was different. I'm not sure I remember the last word. I did read it, but I've read some of Ulysses. I haven't read all of Ulysses, and I have not read Finnegan's Wake, but I did read A Portrait of the Artist. It's James Joyce is kind of funny. It's like you go from beginner, which is really not beginner, it's kind of intermediate / advanced, to Ulysses, which is kind of advanced-ish, maybe even beyond it, to Finnegan's Wake, where it's all right, this is, it's good luck. and not that you couldn't get through it. I'm sure you could. But let's say that James Joyce was all right, so I'm okay. But A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, the last word was different. Take out the last word and trade it with poop or something. It's I think that you could have a large enough impact on a thing that happens that you may still be okay, but that thing is now different from what it was. And so it's okay, great. So James Joyce is still okay, but perhaps A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man doesn't filter down through the ages, or however many ages, it wasn't that long ago, but doesn't filter down through the literary canon in the way that it did, right? So it's okay, Matt, so what are you saying? It's well, what I'm saying is, I guess I would do well to I do well to maybe look at what I'm looking at and say, okay, so you feel sort of this kind of fear sometimes, or you may have felt this fear in the past of kind of corruption and stuff, but if you're okay, then you're okay anyway. Now, the acts may be different from the you. That's like separate the sin from the sinner. The enemy in this game is sin, by the way. But, and the enemy in this game is also kind of your father, which is interesting. The sins of the father, the sin of the father. But in any case, and let's like actually play the game soon, because I really would like to do it. But in any case, it's like, okay, Matt. So okay, kind of like, what is it all worth if you're kind of going through life and it seems to be in sort of a way where like it might be so like dramatic in terms of tension or the emotional whatever that you might actually feel like, I don't know. It's like, you know, what is it worth? X, Y, or Z that you're presenting if you're not having a good time. It's like, if you're not having a good time, then what kind of life are you living to be presenting this? And it's like, yeah, well, here's the thing. What if I, like, basically, what if this helped so many people have a good time that basically it was worth what I went through? And hopefully it will be, but I don't know. So this is a great game. This might be my favorite game. I do well to start saving clips of it. What a fucking great game this is. I love this game. This is great. But so Tidus, he's good at attacking enemies. Yuna, she's a white magician. She's a white mage, actually. Tidus is about to die. Well, not really, but he's getting to the yellow. So how about we do that? And he's muted, but mute doesn't really matter so much for him. Oh, you know what? Wait, Auron's better for that. Is Tidus good at beating that guy? I don't even know who's supposed to be. See, this game, it almost gets to Doom Eternal territory, where it's like, it's kind of pushing you around and saying, yeah, well, are you going to do exactly what we told you to do? But let's summon Ifrit. You know what? I think at a certain point I might just be kind of roiling around in fear. ROI? No, ROI. ROI, that's interesting. Return on investment. Yeah, I might be roiling around in fear at a certain point, and so perhaps, and you know, but beyond that also, it might be like, well, Matt, part of what you might be doing as well, or part of what you might do well, is present yourself in a good way, or just like basically say you develop something great. Now, not that marketing is everything, but perhaps the marketing aspect would then come in. Like say you put together a great blueprint for a house. I don't think this is a great metaphor, actually, because the blueprint isn't the thing. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? We can just move here. I like the sphere grid. Everyone, I think everyone generally likes a sphere grid. Basically, this game had a lot of good stuff that people generally like, and indeed, I think this game might be. People maybe talk about it being influential. I don't know how many people. Oh, we got the 0 to 2 again. That's interesting. Hey, whoever you are. I don't know. I don't know how many people talk about this game being influential in terms of how many people could, because the Sphere Grid, I think, it's probably fairly. I think a lot of games went with the Sphere Grid, and I think a lot of games also went with, or at least some games, like for example, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings for PS2, the Third Age or something. The Lord of the Rings RPG. I actually didn't play it, but my friends played it, and it looked fun. I mean the turn-based one. It was also for Xbox, whatever. Anyway, like some games I think went with this game had a great battle system, a great level up system with the Sphere Grid or whatever, ability improvement one. This game this game's pretty good. And it even did sort of Doom Eternal way before Doom Eternal, but it did it in a way where it didn't, like, it felt kind of fun. It didn't necessarily feel like they were necessarily just slotting you into things just for the sake of, like, I don't know. Oh, can I get to a level 2 there? No. Level 1 key sphere. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so wait a second. You know what? Maybe we should wait here for Yuna. Oh, what? Level 4. See, level 1, though, is there literally, like, look, level 2, aren't we on level 1? Or are we on, like, level 0? Oh, I guess that's level 1. Okay, and look, so we go this way. Okay, yeah, so level 2 is over here, and this is probably somebody else. This is probably not Yuna, this is probably, like, Waka or something. Yeah, Delay, Buster, that sounds like Waka. Okay, so maybe this is set up this way. Like, they might have intentionally put this here to say, hey, this is a preview because you can go to other Sphere Grid paths, but by the time you get here, unless you wait, you're probably not going to have a level 2 thing, and it's better that you don't, because you don't want to spend it just to go to Waka's path for Yuna, or whatever this is. Basically, like, you probably don't want Yuna. This probably wouldn't be so helpful for Yuna anyway, or you might not want Yuna to learn these abilities. But then also, so you don't want to waste a sphere. But we're indicating to you that indeed, whatever the case is, we're indicating to you that indeed you can go to another sphere path at a certain point, which you can. You can start learning stuff that other characters know. So, basically, you can go on their level up paths, which is cool. This is a great game. Okay. And somehow I got MP1. I don't know how I did it. I think I had, like, it was like the 3 stars or something. It was like in the Omega Ruins, and oh yeah, you want ability spheres. In the Omega Ruins, they had this item that somehow I just got. Like, I don't think I necessarily looked it up. I think I just got it. Maybe I looked it up. I don't know. But in any case, like, I think at some point, like, I realized, like, wait a second, like, how did I do that? But then there was, like, an MP1 thing. So by the time I got to the end of the game, I was casting, like, the most powerful spells, or some of the most powerful spells for, like, 1 MP each, so they cost very little. And that's, like, the end of the game was fairly easy. I think this was the first Final Fantasy game I ever beat. Now I've beaten 6 through 15. Because, well, if you don't count 13, which is actually a game. I've beaten 6 through 12, and then I've also beaten 15. I don't count 11 or 14. Well, I mean, you count them, but 11 and 14 I have not beaten, but those are MMOs. Nah, never mind. Yeah, never mind. We're gonna only think about what we want. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got? Oh boy. Okay, Warren, you got you got some shit. Come on. Kamari. Okay, come on. Kamari, you gonna fucking do it? Now, what I would do well to do right now is follow the battle plan. Alright. You know what? Fuck it. No, I'm not gonna. I felt this. I'll tell you what. I felt this fear response. Like you better move. You better move, Matt. You better not do the rest. Look. Well, let's return to the main menu just to show you. But oh, you better not do Waka and Lulu. You know why? Because if you do, you're taking too long, and this music's gonna be like a little, like it's gonna start being repetitive, or just basically like the usual like fear shit, the usual like, you know, back off from what you're doing because something bad's gonna happen. And if you continue to live in a backing off way, then oh shit, we don't have an ability sphere. Yeah, okay, so actually indeed, so we're gonna want to wait with Waka to some extent, but if you continue to live in a backing off way, then basically everybody else wins, because then you are not living your life in a way where you're like doing what you'd like to do, and you have it right in front of you. Like for a while I had the reward is your life. You have what you'd like to do right in front of you. It's like, oh, you know, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that. And like, what would I like to do in this moment? And it's not about necessarily like, oh, you know, I'd like to go do a bunch of drugs and I'd like to eat a bunch of Cheetos and stuff. Like you might, I don't know, you might like to do X, Y, or Z. But you might feel like some fear, like something bad's gonna happen if I do. It's like maybe it will, but I'll tell you what's bad's gonna happen if you if you get bullied around by fear for a long time. Then you're going to have spent all that time sort of retreating from almost everything you were doing. The Crusaders have been ordered to regroup at Jose Temple. Not many left to regroup, but this is beautiful music too. I hate to let it sort of run so long it's repetitive. Hey, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I've played this game, and I don't know how many people are really watching the stream. We got these weird 2 things. It's like, look, if 2 pop up and it's a consistent 2 that pop up, I'm thinking they're in an FBI office wearing a badge. Okay, that's too bad, guys. You're the enemy of all fun, happiness, and good people everywhere, and freedom, and American values, and truth, and freedom of speech, and you know, it's like, take your pick. What are you the friend of? You're the friend of whoever's paying your fucking paycheck. Because you're not the friend of me, and you're not, clearly, if you're trying to scare me or spook me or something, and then you're not the friend of the people around. Now, Matt, are you gonna keep talking about the horrible things in the world, or are you gonna talk about good things? Because Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, whatever, they told you, you keep talking about those people, then those people are going to continue to be doing what they're doing because you ordered it from the universe. It's like, okay, yeah, I understand. At the same time, I do want to say that I do sort of get a kick out of kind of like saying like, hey, look, oh, you're gonna try to come fucking step up to me. Oh, really? Okay. And it's like, oh, Matt, you're big talk, you're behind a TV. It's like, oh, big talk, you're behind a desk and you worked like your whole life to have a job where you just terrorize people. Or it's just some bot or something, I don't know. But the fact that it continues to be 2, that's very interesting. Okay. Oh, Ifrit's not doing well. Shit. Oh, really? Meteor Strike? Does Ifrit? I think Ifrit can get, oh, White Magic. Yeah, let's fucking do it. Oh, crap. Can we, retreat? Shit. No. You know what? Okay. Let's just see. Can we fucking, oh, see, no. That would have been a Waka thing. Shit. Uh-oh. And he's probably gonna die, maybe? Shit, yeah, it's like, are you said maybe like you wanted him to die. Maybe? No, I would have liked to see that limit break. But that might be a good metaphor for how I've been talking, right? It's like, oh, things are gonna stay the way they are. Maybe? But then again, like, what part of it is, because I was talking about it, what part of it is the Hail Dwoskin thing, where it's like, you know, you got a barrel full of rotten apples, and so you're pouring the positive over the rotten, but the rotten are still underneath it, so now the positive apples are just going to maybe rot, and they're going to be all the same rotten apples, but now they're going to be maybe more. You keep pouring positive over it, you just got an overflow of barrel full of rotten apples. Plus a few good ones at the top. Oh boy. Okay. And here's the thing, like, laughing is associated with releasing. And you can sort of have like a bit of a laugh. I mean, I don't know. Am I laughing? I'm feeling a genuine little smile here, but you can have a bit of a laugh, like sort of pointing out the foolery of things. And look, that freaking little dude. Okay. Oh, look. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, okay. So we want to hit him with fire. So, look at... one thing I love about this game is just the aesthetic. Check out... Just look... If you can look at that little slime guy, he looks cold. It looks like he's just like... Like, you can feel it. It's really nice. And this is a great summer game. Okay. And now Yuna, there's Yuna, but then there's Yunalesca. Isn't that weird? Okay. You know what? I don't think there's much we're really doing here. We might as well just... Huh? What's that? I don't know. What is that? I pressed right, and it didn't... Oh, weapon armor escape. Oh, okay. I don't know. See, I'm just waiting for Waka. Fine, we'll just cheer up Waka. Oh, we're cheering up everyone. And part of it is kind of like, okay, so if you're not living in fear... Now here's the thing, this is a very interesting question, and this may be a question to help us with this conundrum of, you know, when would it be like sort of beneficial or whatever to talk about things, like basically to encounter things directly in a way that may be seen as like sort of referring to things that you might not like. Like, when would it be beneficial to do that? And perhaps it's like, well, you ask yourself, am I afraid? Is it sort of a fear response for me to say, like, I better not talk about that because I'm looking to manifest a better reality? Or you could even say, like, okay, like, I don't know. Oh boy, Matt, you are a champion. You're a champion and a scholar. Thank you, thank you. Matt, it's so fun to listen to you. Matt, it's great to listen to someone who sort of has a sense of humor, and he's talking about things that are sort of kind of pertinent, not only to his own life but to the life of everyone around him. And it's so fun to watch someone who's talking about that stuff, especially because they persist in talking about it, even if it doesn't seem like there have necessarily been rewards. But perhaps if they phrase it in a rhetorical way that points to rewards, that's still a positive word, and so now the rewards will come in. Because the subconscious doesn't hear no. This looks like a terrifying enemy. Silence attack. Yeah, we want to silence these guys. Oh, you know who would be... Oh, shit, that works. You know who would probably be better? Kimahri. Half. Yeah, not Kimahri, Auron. I don't know. I think Kimahri might not be really good. I think Pro Jared said that Kimahri, isn't that great. Which is sad. As a kid, Kimahri wasn't necessarily a big part of my team, but I think, I sort of... Yeah! Warrior. I think Oh, fuck. I think I thought of it as I could have been training Kimahri, and wouldn't that have been cool, but I sort of didn't take that opportunity. I think Kimahri is stronger than Tidus, and these guys don't look like they're going to be dodging too many attacks, so how about we give him Dark Attack? Or we hit him with that. See, now, we got a magic crippled person and a physically crippled person. Well, a person who can't see well. Okay, and we're going to silence the other one too, if we can. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Basically, it's like, Matt, are you living how you'd like to live? Matt, would you rather call people out or not? Now, would you rather call people out if the trade-off for that is that calling them out is gonna potentially elongate the amount of time that such people are kind of creeping around you? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, thank you. we got the whole show going right here. We don't. And by the way, let me take a second just to be super serial about this. Oh, serial? Uh-oh. No, that's a South Park reference. Let me take a second to be super serious about this. When I'm doing this, Matt, da-da-da-da-da, it's like, if somebody's watching this and they were like, well, he clearly has split personalities, it's like, I think you're either being insincere or something's totally going over your head about the rhetorical nature of all this. Because this is just a ball. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, you know what? Let's see if we can get Yuna out here. That was easy. And Tashia... Asuna, yeah, wow. She already knows Asuna. I can't fucking believe it.
Light shines strong. Our woe be gone.
Beautiful. That's what I'm fucking talking about, you know? Oh. We might end up running from this battle. These guys are fairly difficult. Oh shit, oh. Kimahri doesn't have scan, that's why. Okay. Oh shit! Nope! No! 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 Luckily, we have Titus, and he has the flea attack, and we are going to make like a flea and leave. Yeah, those guys are fucking intense. That's like a little freaking boss fight. You could totally die to that. Shit. Okay. We've decided to rest at the temple. I just hope they let us. We've been excommunicated after all. They might throw us out. Well, don't worry, dude. Oh, I almost forgot. There are fiends here that petrify humans. Wear this, it should help. Oh, great, soft drink. Okay, so as long as we have someone wearing that, then we're okay. And in that case, I think the fiend, if he's referring to specifically a certain type of fiend, then what we want to do is give Orin the soft drink. Wait a second. How do we fucking do that? Wait a second. Soft drink. Accessories? Is there an accessories? What? Hey, wait a second. How do you equip accessories? Did I say did I mess up? I don't know. I'm not sure how I said equip. How do you equip accessories? Sleep proof. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's like it's specifically for Yuna, maybe, or something. I don't know. Seeker's Ring, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is one of the Final Fantasy games where they have a very diluted weapon and armor system. I think FF8 was the most on that in that regard. I think they might not have even had armor at all, and like your weapons were like rarely upgraded. Some of them like have very little to do on the equip screen. Okay. Well, at least Yuna's protected. Bright Bangle. Oh shit. I don't want to face these fuckers. Oh, you know what? But Yuna can Asuna. Okay, never mind. I do want to face these guys then because they probably give you a lot of experience. And meanwhile, extract power. I don't know what Kimahri does. Yeah, that's Kimahri for you. Oh shit. Oh, you know what? Oh crap. So that you can still do it when you're silenced. Oh, what? No, come on. Wow. Kimahri, this is a funny fucking Kimahri stream, isn't it? It's just like, you know, this is, ooh, sorry Kim. Oh shit, and now we lost, oh my god. Okay, well let's keep Yuna out here just in case anything bad happens. Valefor, yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I'm going through what David McEwen would call the storm. And Yuna just whispered, "Be strong." I could cry, Yuna, thank you. I truly could. I'm not saying that mockingly. I say that with some kind of attitude, but still, I do feel, I quite literally feel it. Kid you. It may sound like all this is insincere, but I'm fairly fucking sincere. Although ironically, I think people often have in the past sort of taken the sincere parts. Whatever, it doesn't matter. No, Matt, finish that sentence. We're writing something real nice about you. Yeah. How much do you get paid in stolen money? Oh boy. my god, yeah, well that did it. Well, we happen to be the gang that's in power. It's like, oh yeah, you know, because if the Crips and the Bloods go around, you know, saying you gotta pay us or else we're gonna take you out. It's like if they go around saying that, it's like that's a real problem. But if other people go around saying that, who have like, you know, I twice the force, who have like, you know, 8 million times the force, it's like, well, that's not a problem. It's like, no, that's a much bigger moral issue, but whatever. My comrades are dead, all because we ignored the teachings, relying on a forbidden machina. See, Matt, don't ignore your own teachings. Let's not talk about them. Let's not say 8 million times. Let's say 1/8. Relying on a forbidden machina. What the heck were we thinking? This will hardly make amends, but I want the Lady Summoner to have this. Obtain ether. Yeah, that's thank you. Ethers are hard to come by in some FF games. I don't know about this one, maybe. We incurred heavy casualties in last year's Jose Coast defense experiment, but even those losses don't compare to this. I found this line in the battlefield. Maybe it will be of some use to you. Obtain Mega Potion. That will be of some use. This is kind of cool. This is like being Morpheus and Trinity. No, Neo and Trinity. But I was thinking of Neo, but I said Morpheus. Freudian. Walking into Zion. Pray. What does pray do? Can I look, can we see, restores some HP to all allies. Oh shit. Waka. I thought I'd say Orin first, actually. Kimahri is not doing well. Kimahri, the everlasting second place. Don't even remember. I named 2 other people before I named him. Oh boy. Sorry, Kimahri. At least his name rhymes with sorry. Okay. What do we got? Dark Attack. Let's do Dark Attack. Immune. Oh yeah, that's... See? Oh yeah, thank you. Okay. And then Power Break. Yeah, we want to go Orin. Oh wait. I was thinking, how do we beat it before? We beat it with an overdrive from Valapur. Yeah, we're not gonna get that this time. Hold on, I'm getting a little bit of emotional, whatever. In fact, we started the stream. Can I pause this so that we pause the music? I don't want to pause the music necessarily. I just don't want to overplay it. Fuck. Hold on. Sorry. You know what? Let's just sit with it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I've actually had a very productive morning. I was about to sort of go a different way with that statement, but I've had probably the most productive morning of the week. And the rest of today is actually looking... The readings are positive for the rest of today. Like, it's actually even more positive. If this morning was productive, the readings for the rest of today are like I could very well finish something that basically then, like, you know, I could look at tomorrow and I'd be like, yeah, you know what, I don't have to do anything tomorrow. If I finish what I have set out for me today, mostly. for anyone good watching this, I think one helpful thing is that you want to think of yesterday's news as basically you want to think of what's happening now as yesterday's news. As in, not that you're sort of projecting yourself into some imagined time or some imagined, future, whatever. But you want to think of it as yesterday's news because indeed, it's a recurrence of what you sort of have already what you've already sort of put into the atmosphere. And so it's coming back at you. Doesn't mean you were bad. Here's the thing, like you might have been totally good, but you might have been totally righteous and totally just. But in any case, like you may have just sort of neutrally attracted something that seems unpleasant. And so you want to think of what you have going on now as yesterday's news, as in this is, and yeah, I've already said this in the stream, probably good to hear it again. This is a reverberation of something that has already been set into motion. And now you have the chance to set something in motion so that tomorrow, when you get to it, perhaps like as quick as tomorrow, maybe not literally tomorrow, but the proverbial tomorrow, and maybe indeed, when you get to tomorrow, you're going to be having a blast, you're going to be having a great time, and the reverberation that's coming from now is a reverberation of having put something good there as well. And the key to all this is that you are okay to begin with. And if you're okay, then you're fine anyway. So you might as well do whatever. But you can even set it up so that somehow you're okay now, and tomorrow you're not even going to have, like, tomorrow basically you're going to have a smooth sailing. You're okay now, tomorrow you're going to be okay and you're going to have smooth sailing. And wouldn't that be cool? Now here's the thing, I'm a little skeptical of that because Hail Dwaska and rotten apples metaphor. I think that potentially that might be more suppression than anything. Oh boy.
Mend us.
Now, what's the positive utility that I could see in this situation? Because this is sort of Tony Robbins, ask yourself sort of helpful questions, empowering questions. What's the positive utility that I could see here? And a positive utility is you can practice the battle plan, Matt. You feel maybe a little bogged. How about you breathe? So just as sort of an experiment, even, like, see if it works. Okay. Now we got Lulu. Hey, Lulu. Lulu. You know one of my favorite Metallica albums? Actually, I'd like to listen to Lulu more. But actually, like, I think Lulu, I'm not quite sure actually how I feel about Lulu. Because I think when I went into Lulu before, it's like, oh, it's sort of avant-garde. Kirk Hammett said he thought it was their best album. And you may want to you may pay attention, or you might pay attention when like a band member says like this is our best album, or like somebody says like this is my best. They could just say that to sort of market something, or even to offset like something, like say they think something's going to be perceived as not great, and it's like, well, I'm going to say it's the best to sort of, yeah, marketing, right? But even beyond marketing, it's offsetting, or you know, an additional shade that you could point to. Not just marketing. It's marketing in a way where they're inverting what they expect to happen, or they're trying to. But you might pay attention because, you know, maybe a band member or like someone who's putting out stuff, especially stuff that you've liked in the past, if they're putting out something new and they say like we think it's really good, it's like, just like A$AP Rock, his album LP was like, oh, A$AP Rock's album None Shall Pass. When around the time it came out, I think I remember LP tweeting or something. Maybe one of my friends told me about it, but I think I saw the tweet. He said like he was addicted to the album, or like he couldn't stop listening to it, or he was listening to it over and over again in his car. And None Shall Pass is just a phenomenal album. And LP is a great rapper and producer. My name's LP. I produce and I rap too. LP's really good. And so that LP would make such good things, and then he would say, oh man, this album is really good. It's like, there you go. Similar with Surgical Gloves, or maybe something else, an album on, or a song on Only Built for Cuban Links 2 by Raekwon. A$AP Rock, I think, tweeted about like, I really like Surgical Gloves on that album. And I don't know if I had that album yet, or maybe if I had appreciated or really grown to like that song yet, but it is a good song. As followers of Yevon, we believe in aiding all those who are wounded, even the excommunicated crusaders. They have suffered so much. I believe the time has come to welcome them back. Oh, that's nice. May Yevon's blessing be with you. It's sad though, because whatever, we're not going to talk about it. Okay. Oh boy, we got another fucking, yeah, another group of boys. Hold on. You know what? Hold on. Wait a second. Now, I think before I was having a little conundrum, but now it's a little more clear. Or at least I think I'm in a position where it's more clear. So, indeed, think only about what you want, or think only of what you want. And what's the other side of that? Well, the other side of that is letting go of the other stuff. And if you let go of the other stuff, then you're going to be feeling good. Because if you're letting go of the stuff that you don't want, or you don't like, or whatever, then you're likely not thinking about something where you're then going to be like sort of feeling pain or fear thinking about it. Because if you're feeling pain or fear thinking about it, then likely it's something that you don't want. So if you let go of the stuff that you don't want, or thinking about it, it might, you know, you might spend a little bit of time doing that, but might be time well spent. You wanna watch whether you're suppressing it, as in pushing it away, or you're letting it go. And as I said, congratulations if it seems like it's particularly emotionally weighty, because that means that you have an opportunity to not only let go of something that maybe you'd rather not, something that you don't like, but you also have the opportunity perhaps to have that letting go count for a lot. If you look weird, don't worry about it. Anyone who's gonna kind of laugh at you for looking weird, especially if you're in pain, that's not someone that you. That's not someone who's like probably very authentic. Probably not someone who's very honest. Probably not someone who's very nice, and probably not someone who's very good. So it's probably not someone whose approval you really want. And if they're not giving you their approval, then congratulations. You're winning because you're sort of succeeding in spite of an opponent. David McEwen, I think, put it well. He was saying, like, well, you know what? You have this nice little sort of sensor system where you have a sense of like when you're sort of in thought forms that maybe aren't so helpful, or helpful to perhaps build a preferable future, whatever you want, whatever. Basically, if you're not feeling great, then there might, in so many words, I'm wording it like this, but if you're not feeling great, then there might be something to let go of. So it's always good news. If you're feeling great, great. If you're feeling good, okay, great, good. And if you're not feeling great, great, because that's your sensor system telling you, hey, now you have a chance to let go. So it's always good. Oh.